Oh, caught me unaware.
The unaware entrance.
The unaware, mate. Wouldn't doing any machining without the glasses, mate. I've finished doing the machining.
Just tidying up.
Just put the glasses away, just tidying up a bit. Cosworth head had extensive welding, shall we say.
Yeah.
So this is a head that come in, sorry about the croaky chest.
Bit chesty.
Mate, a little bit chesty. Don't feel unwell, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm all right. So basically, mate, this head's come in, had a bit of a catastrophic failure
Oh, right.
on one of the cylinders.
Oh, dear.
These two bits of welding, which I'm about to trim down now, were unexpected. Obviously, it's where the rocker cover bolts in, wasn't it? It had cracks
Yes, it's
in.
basically them bolt holes, but they'd split and
Yeah.
pushed out and broke.
Yeah, so we've had to remanufacture a lug, and now I've got to put the hole in there. But I'll just turn it over and show what I've done, mate. So this thing has dropped a valve.
Ooh, never
Yeah,
good.
it's not good at all. So we had extensive pitting around this area. This pot here, I've had to remove all 4 valve seats, which were pretty mangled anyway.
Yeah.
And got Tom Upton to re-weld here, mate. And what I've done is set the head on an angle so as this part here is flat.
So you're almost
Or in line with the bed.
like that.
Yeah, so I'm sort of like that. And then I have machined it with our 30mm cutter right down to the centre as best I can.
So you're basically copying the sort of V in
Exactly.
the other combustion chambers.
Yep, I've copied the height.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what I've got to do now, I've obviously turned it round, done it on the other side. And what I'm going to do is just trim it by hand.
Yeah, with a little Dremel or something.
Yeah, and I know at the moment it looks a little bit
Butchery.
but that will look quite good when I'm finished. So what I've got to do is drill and tap down where the plug hole goes.
Yeah.
Trim this up by hand, then I've got to cut out, make sure it cleans on all 4 of the holes for new valve seats, and then I can order the seats very slightly bigger.
So the valve seats, they look hell of a messy, but basically you run the tool down there and cut a perfect new valve seat.
Exactly,
so
yeah. And then
it looks horrible now, but
it looks horrible now, but it will look nice once I've done that process. At least. So once it's all finished, it will look quite good, and it saves for probably about half to a third of the price of what another head, a second-hand head would be. This is basically all welded up, all done, 4 new inserts, all the guides done, basically an head overhaul, mate.
Yeah.
So I shall turn it over and just do this side before I go any further with the other side. And another Cosy head rescued, hey?
Yeah.
So, mate, we've decided today, due to the rough sounding motor, or what we thought, it was a little bit, and then I had a little think and thought, wonder if the pump is sort of almost sucking in air or cavitating.
Yeah. So basically our washer just started making, it's just a loud noise really. It sounded like it was struggling.
Where it was very quiet, not usually.
Yeah.
Or when we first got it, at least. And it just so happens, mate, it's obviously, you wouldn't want to have a bath in there.
No, it's
But
horrible.
that is clean now, and I think...
Yeah, I'm going to scrape out the last of the horrible stuff, but
the horrible stuff
the
was
machine.
right up to here, wasn't it? And this thing
was
here,
lots.
with the filter that sucks in the water for the pump, was absolutely...
It was just caked.
Well, it's covered, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With hard...
In fairness, we need to clean it out a bit more often, but it ain't the first time we've cleaned it. We've cleaned it a couple of times before now, but it's just
it don't take
big
long
job.
to get to that state, really.
Yeah.
But no, so we should have the wash working pretty efficiently. Talking of sort of cleaning and what have you, I did have a chat with a guy today, and he has almost convinced me to buy a decent size... I forgot the name of it now. What's them cleaners?
Oh, ultrasonic.
Ultrasonic cleaner.
Yeah.
Which we can get a block in, at least a head.
Oh, you want to go proper big one?
Proper one, mate.
Yeah,
And
fair
you know
enough.
why? Because he said he's got one, and they do car restorations, etc., get involved with engine builds. And he said when he used to work at Wilday Restorations, they had a big one, and they also had a large one of these here.
Bigger one.
A bigger one.
Well.
And the
ultrasonic
cleaner
same thing.
used to get all of the glass bead out.
I suppose, yeah, it probably would help.
Yeah, he said you stick it in there for a couple of hours, one bit of glass bead left in the thing.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to get one.
I've thought they were quite good. I like those, and I like...
I know what else you're going to say. What is it?
What do you reckon it is?
I think it's the oven.
Yeah, I like the oven.
You like the sound
of the
oven?
And I like the airless shot blaster as well, which you just load a block in, and it spins it and flings a load of shot up.
Nice.
Cleans, but they're like steel shot.
We've got a steel shot roller in there, haven't we?
Yeah. It's a bit like that, but it don't use a liquid. It just
it's just dry.
It's these big rotors, and they just fling all the shot up and clean it.
I do. So if there's any people watching that are into engineering and they have one of these big ultrasonic cleaners, or please put down in the comments any recommendations.
Yep.
Have to start looking into bits and bobs like that, mate. We've got the go ahead on the 5-cylinder Focus stroke Volvo.
Yeah.
This is an ST, isn't it, this one? As opposed to an RS.
They're the same block, I think, or similar thing.
And all you've done on here, mate, I think we bored it to 0.5, got the pistons. There was a little problem with the pistons going on to the standard rods.
Yeah, we assumed that we could get forged pistons and just run them on the standard rods, but they obviously moved to a bigger gudgeon pin with the forged ones. So you've got to go steel, aftermarket, H-section, but it's not a bad thing.
There we go, mate. That's the only disadvantage with these. If you have to bore them, which you have to, these things, don't you?
Yeah.
Go bigger, you have to run a forged piston, and then you have to go to H-section rod, which is a good thing, really, because it makes it bulletproof. So you've just give it one last lick, mate. I don't think it was cleaning.
Yeah, so I'd already faced it, and I didn't quite realise. It was very, very small, some tiny little areas, literally tiny, just in the centre of these two.
Yeah.
So I just stuck it up, and I only had to take another 2 thou off. But just wanted to make sure it was definitely clean.
Ideal.
Don't want any imperfections in the face.
No,
so.
and all you've got to do is do the clearances on the head, and that's pretty much done, isn't it?
Just got to clean this block out properly as well.
Lovely job, Lee.
Yeah.
Wonderful Cosworth engine that you have put together.
Yeah, I've been sticking the bottom end together.
Yeah. So almost there, mate. Stuck on a few little bits at the moment. This is the one that was missing quite a lot of bits when the customer picked it up from the previous builder, and we have had to gather a lot of bits. And this is the problem when you get a job like this, where you're missing bits and stuff like that. You don't discover that you've missed everything until you get to the end.
Yeah.
And the closer you get to the end, the more bits
you know, when all the bits are in this box, when it first arrives, you think, oh yeah, we got pretty much most things all sorted, and then you get to this stage and you go, right, sump on, you go, hang on a minute, we ain't got a jack shaft.
Yeah.
We're missing a core plug for that. We're missing this, we're missing that.
Yeah, and half the time it's little things. And it's very specific things as well, which are specific to that engine that you can't just go and get out
It's
the
not like a
cupboard
couple of bolts missing. It's
no,
to be fair, most of the bolts are here, but...
Yeah, so when we build a motor like this, and there is a bit of a time frame, like the sort of first week in February, what we try and aim for is give ourselves at least a week before that to try and get it done.
Yeah.
Because you bet your bottom dollar, you'll spend 3 or 4 days waiting for bits or discovering bits that you need.
Yeah.
And you don't want to run over by a week or so. So that's what I try and do. But fortunately, we've got companies like Burton Power now.
Yeah, next day COSI bits, basically. It's
exactly.
Ideal.
And there are other companies that do specific bits for other engines.
Yeah.
We've got all the little bits on order, mate. And what I tend to do is little bits that we are missing or not in stock. I normally order a few of them and just stick them in stock, so we're not having to wait a day for something stupid
like a drawer full of little
a flywheel dowel, something ridiculous. So we can't really go much further.
Nope.
I can do the head, but I did discover something yesterday. This is another thing. So you look in the pot and you think, yeah, we've got those. This has been transformed to a solid lifter. So here's the head, mate, looking very nice and clean and blasted. Got the inserts in, ones that I had to put in. I've done all the valves and seats, everything's laid out, ready to go. Obviously, looked in a bag and thought, yeah, got the Lotus top hat.
So that's basically the shim between the bucket and the top of the valve, isn't it?
Is indeed. Only thing is, when I took them out of the bag, I was, you know what they say about assumption, mate. At the time, I was assuming they were the correct ones.
Yeah.
They are, to some respect, but not the way we do them.
Right.
So these, they do 3 different types. They do a 6, a 7 and an 8 mil diameter internal there,
So, yeah.
depending on where they're going to fit. All the Cosy valves are 7 mil on the top. Even the exhausts, which are an 8 mil stem, they do still run a 7 on the top there, so they all run the same collets, that's why. These would fit nicely, or do fit nicely, on top of the valve. So that was obviously the guys thinking that bought them. But we don't run them on the valve, mate. We run them on the pip inside the bucket.
Yeah.
And
so you got a...
they are 8 mil or 5/16, so they don't go on there. So I've had to order those, but that set me back 2 days.
Yep, it does. All these little things, and it's not, you know, it's not a lack of foresight. It's very difficult to think about each individual tiny little part. You know, even things like that. Things like,
exactly,
like you said, like a flywheel dowel. You think, oh, we probably got some in the drawer, or you don't. You know, it just slips your mind. But there's so many bits that go into it.
Oh God, there is, yeah.
And
people are probably thinking, well, why don't you just run it on top of the valve? Well, there's a reason why I don't, mate, and that is because on the Cossies, you've literally got about 2 mil until you get to the collets.
so
And where these sit, they actually can touch on the collets.
yeah. So basically, it would
No
just
good.
it would.
You'd have to remove.
You'd be pushing
some
off the collets rather than the top of the valve, wouldn't you?
You'd have to remove the top of this enough so it doesn't foul the top of the collets, but by then the thing is teetering on the verge of popping off.
Yeah.
We want to keep as much depth of that internal diameter as we can
Well, it's
to sit
either,
in the pit.
It's either that will drop off, or you'll drop a valve because it pushes the collets off.
Yeah,
So
don't want to do that, mate. So, they're no good. Little things I keep in stock, like the cam bolts and washers and stuff, all new. Ain't worth messing about with the old ones, and we didn't have the old ones anyway. So, yeah, once I get them, mate, I've got everything here, I can get that finished. So we are aiming for the end of next week to get that Cosy finished, don't we?
I do, yeah.
We got the go-ahead on the Fiesta ST motor, 1600.
One from the last video.
One from the last video. The customer was in today having a look, run through it. He was happy, give us the go-ahead. Well, say happy to a certain extent, happy for us to get on with it, but not happy that it's had to come to bits. Understandable. But these things happen, don't they?
They do.
So I did sort of say to him, although there's going to be a bit of a cost for crank bearings and a few bits and a bit of machining and what have you, we are going to help him out a little bit.
Well, he's already spent quite a bit of money in here, and
Exactly,
it's unfortunate.
It's a goodwill gesture, really, but only a little bit of labour. But he is lucky in some respects that he hasn't damaged the major components like the crank, the rod, and bits like that, really. Although I do think he is potentially going to go for a set of rods.
Yeah,
it's one of those where I said, if it was my engine, I would be happy to use that rod, but totally different if it's a customer's engine. We have to recommend that he use them. It's on his head bit.
The difficult thing with that rod in particular is that because it's part of a set of com rods, you know, aftermarket forged com rods, you can't really buy them on their own individually. So
no, you've got to buy a set again.
So you're stuck. What do? Do you buy a set? Do you see if they will sell you one?
This is the thing, isn't it?
It's difficult, but...
It is very difficult. But, yeah, we shall get this well on the way for sort of the end of next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Get the bits, I've ordered the bearings and that, so we shall see. Very quickly, mate, before we go, I've been over to Stewart's today to have a little look at the Escort. I haven't seen it for a couple of weeks, been sitting over there, and I forgot I cleaned it before I took it over there. Looking lovely. Spoke to Emerald. Apparently they've only been waiting for a couple of connectors. So I said, look, they're due to get the connectors next week. Just send them on their way when they get here.
So this is for the throttle bodies and the ECU and all of that?
And they're going to be sending them tomorrow, so we should have them early part of next week. And we can go over Stewart's and...
Because we have been promising the throttle bodies for a minute, haven't we?
Well, I want to get this car done, set up and running for the beginning of March, because it's our first track day at the first week of March.
Just need to get everything going, don't we?
Get it all going, innit? Good news, but it is on its way, guys. Sorry about the wait. We'll end it there, shall we, mate?
I think so.
Till the next one. See you later, guys.